Alright, and we are back for another edition of Sid Meier's Pirates. Well, it's only been like a day or two since our last video. Once again, if any of you are joining us just now, why don't you go back and watch the first episode? I just noticed that I got over 2,000 views on the first episode of this Sid Meier's Pirates playthrough, so thanks a lot, everybody. I'll make sure to put a link in the description. And so let's go back to where we were. Now, if you might remember, we didn't really get much done last time. Picked up some buried treasure, captured some easy targets. Now, I also recall that we lost our wonderful frigate, and now we're stuck with a merchantman. So that's not too good. Anyway, wow, food is really expensive here. 150 pieces. You know, it might actually be worth it to buy food somewhere else and bring it over here. Okay, so we're not going to buy anything. I assume we have a small crew. Alright, let's get some information about Campeche. 3,000 gold, 70 soldiers. It's not really enough to make it worthwhile. Famous sea dog Admiral Flint, a routed group of 30 men asked to join your crew. Yes, we will sign them up. And I don't think we really have anything else, so let's get out of here. Now, as before, we have 57 men, 14 cannons, food enough for 2 months. Doing alright. Our ship is a merchantman, which is not really good for much else than hauling cargo. Hopefully we can change that soon. And so far, we don't have any hostages with us. We have a map to our lost sister. Only one fragment here, near Gran Granada. If you might recall, Gran Granada is down here. Right, so we know it's somewhere, probably on the east coast, but the map is too incomplete to really tell. So it could literally be anywhere. So we still have no chance of actually picking that up. We are only friendly with the French. So if we move out of this little area of French cities, we're not going to have too many friendly ports to visit. Well, let's set sail, maybe head down to Port Royal, and we'll see where the wind takes us. Another merchantman. Well, we don't really want to attack French shipping, so we're going to sail away. Does anyone know any sea shanties? Yeah, admittedly, I'm not really too sure where we want to go. Let's check out this port over here. I think this is a Spanish port. Is this Havana?
Land ho!
Santiago, 2 forts, Spanish flag. Well, we're just gonna leave. Maybe we'll intercept some Spanish merchantmen. Sloop. Spanish sloop. Well, we have a decent crew and a decent number of cannons, so let's give it a shot. Ugh. Okay, well, they make their getaway. Okay.
Sail ho!
Another merchantman. Alright, he won't be getting away so easily then. Oh, great. Oh, now we're just trading broadsides. This is not exactly the way I like to do it. Alright, finally struck their colors. 100-ton merchantman with 6 guns. I don't think we want 2 merchantmen in our fleet. 3,000 gold. Some cargo. Very nice. We'll take the 3 sailors along. Just gonna quick check and see if our ship is damaged from that encounter. Apparently not. Alright, well. Continue heading towards Port Royal, which is on the southern coast of this island here. Well, once again, we have difficulty heading east. The winds seem to blow literally every direction except to the east.
Sail ho!
A frigate? Let's sail away. There's no way, there is literally no chance for our merchantmen to outclass
Sail
a
ho!
frigate. Cargo flute. Dutch cargo flute. You know what, let's close for battle here. I'm gonna raise the sail so we can catch up to him. Let's see, there's only 5 crew members left on that ship. Well, we seem to be at an impasse here. You should be just surrender right now. Excellent. We'll plunder and sink it. Not much on there. Right now we're moving at a pretty good clip. And let's steer into port. The English flag. Okay, well, they don't really like us too much. Let's try and sneak into town. Alrighty. 93 men to join the crew. Yeah, sure. And of course, we'll spend a night with the barmaid. I don't know, that news doesn't tend to be too useful for me. Let's see if we can repair the ship. No, we can't. Alright. I think we're gonna need to buy some more food. And let's just sell off everything. Okay. And we'll speak to the governor. War with Spain and Holland. Oh, okay, well, we just apparently found the evil Spaniard Admiral Enrique. And I think he knows where our sister is.
On guard.
Maybe if we defeat him, we may manage to find another piece of that map. I don't know, in my experience, I feel like a good offense tends to be the best defense in these scenarios. Unfortunately, with these one-on-one fights, since we can't allow the crew our superior numbers and morale to wear them down, sometimes it ends up in these, like, stab fests where you get them very close to surrender, but it's difficult to actually get them all the way down. I don't know, maybe this just runs at a weird speed on my machine, but I feel like these sword mechanics are just not very easy to deal with. Like, I'm not sure what I'm being tested on here. Okay, now if we just get 1 or 2 good strikes in, I think he should surrender. I mean, hopefully. Alright, come on. We're at max morale here. He should be...
Oh, surrender.
Okay, finally. You are a skilled and able swordsman. I'll tell you what I know. Your sister is held captive on a remote plantation. Ugh. Alright, so we got a second part of that map, but unfortunately it didn't tell us anything about where that plantation could be. Alright, well, I guess we'll just leave town. Now, hold on. The governor of England didn't seem to offer us any deal to pay out of our offenses against the crown. So I'm kind of curious what our personal status with England is. Hostile, Dutch are wary, Spanish are hostile. Oh, I see. Okay, well, maybe we'll... Where to head to next? Well, there's a lot of Spanish shipping down here, surely. We could go after my sister, but I feel like that map just doesn't give us enough information. We'll head southeast. Well... the wind doesn't really want us to head southeast, but we'll try anyway. See, I feel like this game, the winds just tend to... they drive you to the west, and it takes you like twice as long to get back. Like, I thought maybe there'd be some kind of cycle of winds where you head west, and then once you head north, the winds shift easterly, but that doesn't seem to be the way the game works. I'm not sure if that's real life, or... If anyone has any information about Caribbean weather patterns, please share it with the channel. If you send it to me, I'll read it out on the next video.
Sail ho!
Oh, okay. Cargo flute. Flying Dutch colors. Alright, well, why not? Wow, so they only have like 10 crew members. Alright, well, we've got 130 crew members and 16 guns. Not actually a bad compliment. We don't really want to take that broken down piece of shit. Okay. Plunder and sink, and we're on our way. Really, though, it's best to fight the Spanish, because everyone seems to be at war with them constantly, and they have so many targets.
Sail ho!
Another merchantman? Yeah, we'll take off this, we'll take over this English merchantman as well. Now, the great thing is that we're actually, since we have so many cannons on this merchantman, we actually very severely outnumber them. 110 merchantmen. Let's just plunder and sink it. Still got a little room in the hold. And we'll take these men aboard. Let's take a look at our party status. How is everyone feeling? Food for 3 months. Crew is unhappy. Okay, great. Well, we've got 140 men, so... probably people are unhappy because there's not very much gold to be divided.
Sail ho!
A bark. Uh-oh. Looks like our copy protection privateer has appeared. Let's just open up our little handy manual here, provided by Steam, and let's see. The sigil on the Jolly Roger is a man holding a sword, and there's something written down there, but I can't really make it out. And this is the notorious Captain Vasquez. Let's close for battle. Alright. Yeah, so the great thing about these little ships is that if you can actually hit them with one really strong volley, they're usually toast. Of course, the difficulty is in actually hitting it. We'll hold him for ransom. We don't need his ship. We'll just take all of his food. We don't really need... Actually, we don't need all this food. Just take these cannons. We'll take the sailors, too. Wow, so how many men do we have now? 163 men crammed into this one ship. Alright, no wonder everyone's feeling like crap. I think this is a large enough crew to probably sack 1 or 2 towns, depending. Of course, the wind is once again not with us. All right, maybe we can. Maybe this will work. Nope. This is exactly the opposite direction we want to go. Well, actually, okay. So we have two possible targets here: Portobello and Panama. Well, Panama has 300 soldiers. We don't want to deal with that. Portobello has only 120 soldiers. We outnumber them by a good amount. So I think we're going to sack that town. But with those 2 forts, we really don't want to challenge them on the ocean, especially with a merchantman, which is not particularly well armed. A sloop, the well-known pirate Marquis de Silva. He's chasing us. Well, let's go for him. Ah, yeah, so once you get that single hit in, he lost the mast, and we just blew up his ship. And we disembark, and we will march to the town. Why does it not let me? Ah, okay. Here we go. We will attack this town of Portobello. Ah, okay, I see here. So here, this is an interesting little mini game we have, where you have to make your... You have to, like, move your crew and maneuver them around so that you can manage to, like, make it into the fort. And you can control 2 of these at once. But I don't entirely understand what's happening here. I think we just defeated the Spanish out here in the this like little mini game here. I don't really know how this works, but we're supposed to basically get one of our little pirate tokens to the fort. But I don't know, it always seemed way too easy to fool the AI. I don't really understand how this is supposed to work. But we managed to make it.
On guard.
And we seem to outnumber them by a decent amount. So we get a few good hits in the beginning. Well, I don't really know why we seem to be losing now, but... Oh, man. Well, I thought we had that, folks, but I'm afraid that it seems that didn't make it. I don't really know why the battle seemed to turn against us, but advancing age and old battle wounds combine to sap your strength. Your ship's officers sign on with a younger, more active captain, and you reluctantly decide it's time to retire. Well, the sun sets on Flint's pirating career. Achieved the title of French Admiral, making you an extremely important member of your community. You accumulated 37,000 pieces of gold and 750 acres of land during your career, making you an extremely wealthy man. Your exploits in the high seas leave you with a reputation of a daring and bold captain. You retired from privateering at the age of 31. You were unable to find a bride. You were wounded numerous times. In the course of your travels, you became lonely and quiet. Your pirating days are over. Your seafaring adventures have made you a sailing master in Portobello, where you keep the crew and ship trim for others now. The lure of the sea is strong, and you may still have a few good years left in you. That's a good question. Let's remain in retirement. And we will put our exploits in the Pirate Hall of Fame. Wow. Very nice. And I think that ends up being our last playthrough here for now. Our 6th and final voyage, which, honestly, the last one ended in disaster, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Well, so, what do I think about this game? We've been playing this for maybe 5 hours total. I'm not sure the exact amount. I actually really love Sid Meier's Pirates. I've played this game on and off probably since I was a teenager. Although the first time I played it was actually the 2003 remake of this. This is also a remake of an older one, I think, that came out on IBM PC or Amiga. It's like an older DOS game. Now this is what we're playing is the gold version with better graphics. I've actually never played the old one. I'm not sure if it's actually an improvement or not. The newest one, though, that came out in 2003 is, I think, actually quite a bit better than this in a lot of ways. It's more vibrant, there's more options. The game seems a little less arbitrary. A lot of the mechanics in this, like the sword fighting and that fort defense game you saw us do, it doesn't have very good feedback. And even though I've spent a lot of time playing this, I can't really say I understand the mechanics too well. But overall, I gotta say, this is one of my favorite games of all time. Probably the best thing about it is the freedom. You kind of can just do whatever you want. You know, you can just decide to sack cities, you can be a trader, you can search for your family, you can, you know, romance governors' daughters, although we didn't seem to do much of that out here. I'm a little sad that they never came out with a sequel to Sid Meier's Pirates. After the remake in, like, 2003, I haven't heard a single word about any good, like, open-world pirate-type games. Well, I mean, I've seen some that have been recommended to me on Steam, but looking in the reviews and the gameplay videos, they don't seem quite as good as the 2003 remake. If anyone has any suggestions for some pirate action, feel free to send it in, and maybe I'll make a video about it. Anyway, that was the last voyage of Captain Flint, and thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you very soon.